How's it going, everyone? This is just going to be a quick video explaining a post I put out the other day about the LAMYs that I'm going to be selling. So they're custom-made LAMYs that I'm going to sell, and I made a post. If you want to check that out, go check that out. But basically, it's about this pen right here. And it has a custom nib, and that's the thing. But that's what we're going to be talking about, so let's jump right into it. Alright, so in all transparency, I'm just going to put all of the information that I have about this process out there. And first off, why am I doing it? Well, I'm doing it because the community seems to want these pens. In my comments all the time, I hear people talking about what pen is that, how can I get one? And then I have to tell people, hey, you can't buy these pens. I custom made the pen, and I outlined that process in a video that I did a while back. I'll put that video in the description, and so anyone who wants to do this process can do it. They can buy the parts themselves and go through the process themselves. I document how in the video, so if you want one, you don't have to pay the price that I'm asking for the pen, which brings me to the next point. Why am I charging so much for the pen? So the pens are $105 with everything it costs to make the custom nib. So it's $105, and that's without taxes. That's before taxes. And then the cost of me doing it, the taxes and getting it and shipping, all of that stuff leads up to the price of me selling the pen for $200. So I'm going to sell the pens for that price, and I just wanted to let you know the actual upfront cost for me. And the reason I'm only making 3 is because I can only afford to buy that many for a project, I guess this is going to be for me, just to see how many people are interested in it. So so that's the thing right there. So that's the cost, and all of that is also broken down in the video that I did. All of this information that I'm giving out right now is in the video, but the video is super long, so a lot of people probably haven't watched it. But it details everything. So anyway, that's the why I'm doing it. That's the cost, and just the upfront transparency of what it's costing me to do it. So on to the benefits of the pen. So basically what I did is I went and found the best pen for the EMR Wacom standard that I could find, and that ended up being the LAMY pen. So this pen right here has it's an aluminum case, so that's one of the reasons I picked it. It's super sturdy. It has ergonomics. All right, so the pen has this ergonomic portion right here where your fingers touch at. And that to me means a lot, because if you look at all of the other pens on the market, they're basically just cylindrical tubes. So let's just take a look at these really quickly. And they're all plastic too. So there are other stylus or Stylii on the market that aren't plastic. We're just talking about the stylus that come with these devices, the standard pens, right, if you will. So first off, we have the Supernote pen here, which is a really nice pen. It basically, there's nothing wrong with this pen. It's superb. It's plastic, but it's superb. It has a metal clip here. It's clickable. It's retractable, and to me, it has a really good writing experience. So there's no knock on this pen other than the fact that it's plastic, and it has split on me. If you can see right here, you can see that split there. So there is some downsides of the plastic, which is why another reason why I wanted something a little more robust. We got that, and then you got the Remarkable Paper Pro pen here. I can't see it from that camera, but you got the Remarkable Paper Pro pen here, which is okay. Again, just a cylindrical tube piece of plastic. This is the worst. This is the pen that Boox sends out with their products. It's a piece of crap. Landfill trash. Plastic, comes with a felt tip that's consumable. You constantly have to replace these, but we'll get into that. Plastic as well. Another cylindrical tube. This comes with the Remarkable. Actually, it doesn't come with the Remarkable. You have to buy this. At least Boox doesn't charge you for their landfill trash. Remarkable charges you for their landfill trash. And again, just a plastic cylindrical tube here. And you can see by comparison here that this LAMY, it's not plastic, and it's not a cylindrical tube, and it's got way better ergonomics than any of these pens that I just talked about here. So the build material and the ergonomics are two reasons why I picked this. The third thing would be, what do we got here? Let's take a look. The third thing would be the button. So this pen has a button here, and you can see that on this camera here. It has a button there. That's another reason I chose it. So it's one of the few pens that is metal, really good build quality, ergonomics, and has a button. All right. The last thing is going to be the cap clip. So the cap and the clip is the last reason I chose this particular pen to modify, because a lot of people gripe that this particular LAMY doesn't stick to the side of a device, and I don't really care about that. And this goes into the cap, just bear with me. I don't really care about that, to be honest with you, because if you've had these devices long enough, you know that aside from the Remarkable Paper Pro, none of the other pens really stick to these devices. I mean, you need a strap to strap it in or something. Like it's just not going to stay there for any duration of time. But the Remarkable Paper Pro, they got a crazy strong magnet in that thing and in the pen itself. So this thing stays where you put it. But you can't use EMR on the Remarkable Paper Pro, so it really doesn't matter. So that is a thing there. The fact that this doesn't clip to the side of a tablet doesn't bother me. It has a clip here, which is way more important to me because I can clip it onto something that I have on the tablet. I can clip it to the tablet itself. As far as the cover goes, I can just throw it in my bag, and this cap covers the nib. Another benefit of having this particular pen, there's a lot of benefits to having this, so I meticulously chose this pen to modify for all of those reasons. And so let's go ahead and talk about the reasons why I chose the ceramic nib for this particular pen. All right, so the reason why I chose the ceramic nib to put in the pen that I chose to modify is because the ceramic nib, to me, feels the best. As far as it's a polished tip, it's a fine tip, as far as it's not a really large diameter tip. I think it's a 0.7 millimeter tip. So a really nice fine tip and polished. So that makes it really, really precise. So it feels good, and because of the material it's made out of and because of how it's made, it's super precise. And you will feel that when you start writing with this ceramic nib on your Boox device or your Supernote. It's not so good for Remarkable devices in my experience. It sounds terrible. It feels terrible. But the plastic nibs that comes with the LAMY feels a lot better than the ceramic, but I wouldn't use ceramic on the Remarkable, so this combination probably wouldn't be good for you if you have a Remarkable 2 device. It wouldn't work on the Remarkable Paper Pro anyway, so there's that. So in any event, you will feel the precision and you will feel how good it feels on the harder Boox surfaces or the softer Supernote surface. The precision is there. The next reason I chose the ceramic nib is because of the longevity. This is not a consumable part like most other nibs. Felt nibs wear down extremely fast. Plastic nibs, they don't wear down as fast as felt, but they do wear down. It's a consumable part. You have titanium nibs, which are probably forever parts too, but they're a little bit too hard in my opinion, and they don't have the super polished nature of the ceramic tips, so they don't feel the same. But that's a matter of opinion and a matter of perspective and what I like, right? So, but what's not up for debate is the polished nature of the ceramic versus the titanium. But anyway, moving on, it's a harder nib, so it never needs to be replaced. You're gonna get this ceramic nib in this particular pen and never need to replace that nib unless you break it somehow. But with the cap that comes on it that keeps it protected, I doubt that it's ever going to break. So not only do you get a pen that's aluminum and very well made from a company who's, again, I don't think I mentioned this, but LAMY is a company who makes pens. Their pedigree is pen making. So the quality and the build quality of this is going to be superb. And that's another reason why I chose them, is because LAMY makes pens for a living. They don't make styluses for a living. They make pens, and they happen to make a pretty good stylus here. So like I said, not only do you get a quality pen that's made of aluminum, that's going to last you a very long time, that's from a company who makes pens, you get a forever ceramic nib in here that you're never going to have to replace. So you could potentially have this for the life of all of your e-ink devices as long as you're using Wacom as a standard. So that's another really good reason to have this particular, or to have ceramic in this particular pen, or any pen for that matter. All right, so those are the reasons I chose the pen that I chose, the LAMY, and those are the reasons I chose the nib that I chose to custom put inside of this particular pen. The result is a pen that is unlike any other pen on the market. No one makes this particular pen, and what makes it special is it's the only ceramic nibbed pen that has a button. Like, you can do your Googles and search that up. You won't find another pen that has a ceramic nib and has a button. But you get all the other benefits as well. The ergonomics, the build quality, the lineage that is LAMY, the forever nib. Like, these are all things you get when you buy this. So, and that's just the things I like about this. Again, anyone can make these. I will link the video in the description of how you go about doing it yourself if you don't want to buy one, but you still want one. You can definitely do this yourself and save some money. But for the people who want one and don't have the time or the know-how, or just don't want to put the effort into doing it themselves and they just rather buy one. Okay, so with all of that being said, I will be having a live stream where I will be selling 2 of these. I made 3, I'm going to sell 2. On the live stream. So what's going to happen is anybody that shows interest in the pen on this video or the post that I made, I'll be putting those names into a hat and pulling those names out of the hat on the live stream on the 4th. And I'll be doing that from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. So again, I'll be taking names of people who show interest in the pen from this video and from the post that I made up on the community page. If you show interest there, I'll take your name from there on Monday and I'll put it into the hat, and then it'll be a random thing, and whatever names I pull out, I'll pull 5. The first 2 will get the opportunity to buy the pens when they're available, which they will be available a week or so after the live stream, because I'm not going to order them until I know that I have at least those 2 people showing interest and want to have them. And then after that, I'll buy them, get them monogrammed, do the work, and then get those ready to send out to the people who bought them. And that's how we're going to do it. So I'll make another video if I have to, kind of explaining some finer details if that's needed, or maybe I'll update the community post. But that's the deal with the pen. This video ended up being a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But regardless, good luck to everyone out there who wants the pen. The third pen, though, I didn't mention that. The third pen I will be putting up on eBay for auction. So all of these things are going to support the channel, right? So if you buy a pen, you're showing support for the channel. Yeah, so I'll put that out there. That's the information for the pen. Sorry it took so long. Sorry the video was so long. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. I'll try to get to them as quick as possible. But yeah, until next time, take care.